澳门金沙，先给大家讲讲赌博中的概率。
If it's your first time seeing the dice game table, you will undoubtedly find it quite complex. Indeed, there are multiple ways to play, but today I'll help you understand the key points, fully understand this game, and the casino. First, let's look at the highest odds on the entire table. 150 payout. That is to say, if you bet on 3 ones and it really turns out to be 3 ones, you will receive 150 times your bet. It's certainly thrilling. So would you make such a bet? You would notice that experienced gamblers rarely bet on this. Why? Let's analyze rolling 3 dice. Each die has 6 possible outcomes, making a total of 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216 possible outcomes. The probability of getting 3 ones is only one unique situation. So the odds are 1/216 equal 0.00462. After rounding, it equals 0.46%, roughly 0.5%. The dealer's probability of winning is 99.54%. Anyone can sense that the odds of winning are incredibly low. Hence, if you persist with this strategy, there's a high chance your gaming experience will be rather terrible. You could lose dozens of times in a row, lose all your money, and leave in frustration. However, this isn't precise enough. What if you do win? Wouldn't that be a large sum? Thus, we need to dig deeper into understanding this from a probability perspective. As mentioned before, the likelihood of getting 3 ones is 1/216th. Suppose you bet 216 times with $1 each time. By standard probability, you would win 1 time. At this point, you retain your principal and also win $150. You put in $216, and when you leave, you only have $151. Hence, you've incurred a loss of 65. This 30% is called the house advantage. Regardless of the initial stake, the expectation is to lose this 30% of the principal. In fact, the only bet you should be placing is on the size, big or small. The odds are 1-1. Let's examine why. We know that with 3 dice, the minimum score is 3 and the maximum is 18, 3 sixes. Thus, 18 minus 3 equals 15. From a counting perspective, there are 16 outcomes. We can confidently guess that it should be a symmetrical structure. This is indeed the case. According to casino rules, any points 10 and below are considered small, the rest are big. As we discussed before, with 216 possibilities, big and small should each have 108 instances. The only minor complication is if you get the 3 identical outcomes we previously mentioned, 3 ones, 3 twos, or 3 threes. These are not considered small. Even if you bet on small, the house wins. So after removing these 3 situations, you would win 105 times. Let's repeat the previous calculation. Supposing you played 216 times. Of these, you will win 105 times. Each win with a 1-1 payout would get you $105. The remaining 111 times you would lose. Finally, you would walk away with $210, having lost $6. 210 divided by 216 gives 97.2%. Now you only lose 3%. Don't forget, initially you were expected to lose 30%. Unlike blackjack, where you need to perform complex calculations to have higher odds here, you can achieve the highest winning chance by simply betting on big or small. This could be the fairest game in the entire casino, although you still have a slight disadvantage. Hence, you can compute the probability of any situation you're betting on. For example, if you want to bet on a total of 4 based on permutations and combinations, you can get 4 by 3 situations. In conclusion, the house advantage ranges between 3% and 30%. 2 figures we mentioned before. The more you gamble, the more you become subject to the rule of probabilities. Thus, when coming to a casino, you should not play too many times, but if you play too few times, it may not feel as thrilling. Thus, I recommend you could adopt this method. Suppose you've prepared 10,000, then you divide it evenly into 5 parts, each bet being 2,000 each time, and only bet on big or small as explained earlier. If you're lucky, you'll probably walk away with about 14,000. If not, then you might leave with 6,000 in 10 minutes. This is the rational and normal expectation you should have for this game. Is this interesting? It's not. Thus, it would be better not to play and instead invest your energy in study.